The Daily Bread Food Bank is welcoming back nearly 200 volunteers this Thanksgiving long weekend for their public food sort. Now, this is the first time they've returned since the pandemic began, and it comes as rising costs of food sends more and more people to local food banks.
This is where you're going to get your canned vegetables, including mashed potato mixes, like instant mashed potatoes.
So what we have seen is pre-pandemic 60,000 clients coming per month. Now that number is 180,000 per month coming to the Daily Bread Food Bank and food banks all across the city.
Neil Hetherington, CEO of the Daily Bread Food Bank, says visits have tripled since the pandemic began.
We're hit on two fronts. So food inflation is happening at 10.9% across the country. And so as that happens, more and more people have to turn to a food bank. We have been purchasing $1.5 million worth of food before the pandemic. That number now is $13 million every single year.
Valerie Tarasek is the lead investigator at Proof, a research program that studies food insecurity in Canada. She says it doesn't matter who you are, everyone is noticing changes at the grocery store.
Food banks are the public face of the problem, but we need to think of them as the canary in the coal mine. What we've seen over and over again is that the number of people using food banks is maybe a quarter or a fifth of the true number of people who are food insecure.
Food insecurity can be anywhere from worrying about money to buy food, compromising your quality of food, or not eating by cutting the size of meals or skipping them altogether.
To have those prices steadily rising, while people on social assistance in Ontario, their incomes are stationary. They're not rising. They're not indexed to inflation. The most that's going to happen is a 5% increase for people on disability. Nothing for people on Ontario Works.
If you're looking to help this year, you can donate at dailybread.ca or drop off donations 24/7 at any fire hall across the city. But experts agree the only way we can expect real relief is by engaging our elected leaders.
There are things that can be done at the provincial level and at the federal level to manage this problem. The community is doing, more than enough, but it's not going to move the needle on this problem. To do that, we really need to get upstream, and we can't do that. We've got to look to the people we've elected.
3 years ago, we were serving 60,000 clients per month. And that number now is 182,000 client visits per month.
I think that for someone who's living on the margins or who's been struggling to make ends meet as it is, I think that weekends like this one must be very tough.
Experts say this problem is only expected to get worse as we enter the colder months, with more people spending money on heating their homes, buying warmer clothes, and even back to school supplies. Reporting for City News, I'm Leah Johansen.